If you look at innovation not from a physics metaphor of a linear sequential set of activities, but from a biological metaphor of circular looping back intuitive methods, then the question arises, how do you translate this metaphor into real life innovation cases? So you must start when conception happens. We all know how the reproductive cycle conceives of a new being. And we must understand what is the equivalent of the womb where a concept is embedded. Now, if you could become a really micro person in size and get a micro helicopter, a nano helicopter, a nano size, and you could go into the human brain, what is it that you might see? It will look like a dense jungle, like you're in the Amazon forests. You will find that there are tall tree-like objects with lots of branches, lots of twigs hanging, and it is difficult to see through this. There's so much density of nerve ends which are in the brain. And in this brain, to find what is going on, since you are now a nano size, you will find that an electrical charge is starting from the bottom of the tree, climbing all the way, going into the sides, into the branches, from the branches into the twigs, and then it reaches the end of the twig. And then it doesn't know where to go because there is no connection between that branch and the next branch. There's a gap, there's physically a gap. It's called a synapse. And in the synapse, which is just very, very small thickness compared to even your human hair, the electrical discharge has to take place. So what happens is, and look at the marvel of nature, isn't it fantastic that it's happening in your brain and my brain all the time? It discharges as chemicals from one end to the other end. And suddenly, these two are connected. So in this manner, each of these is called a neuron. Billions of neurons are working in your brain, billions of them. And it's like a very lively Amazonian jungle where electrical charges and chemical transmitters are moving within the brain and generating energy. But here's something very interesting. This energy is completely random. It doesn't have any ability to do something. It's like a bunch of instruments in a music performance where each one is playing their own music. And I don't know how it happens. I think it's statistically random. At least I haven't understood how it happens. That suddenly Zubin Mehta comes in and the orchestra falls into harmony. It's one of those most magical things. And when the orchestra falls into harmony, then these neurons are working together and a concept is generated. That's the birth. That's the equivalent of a fetus. When out of billions of neurons, lots of energy, suddenly one of them clicks and then a concept is embedded in your brain. The brain is like a womb, a concept is like a fetus, and that is the beginning of the creative and the innovation process.